Hello there. In today's video I'm trying something different. It's kind of experimental, so please bear with me for a while. I'm at the Warsaw Central Station, awaiting a train that will take me to my BIKE-ATION. Got my coffee? You see, once every 3 years I'm escaping my hometown and go for a short vacation. Why 3 years? Well, it's because I'm a bit of a workaholic. This year I wanted to spend my vacation actively, and this video is a depiction of what happened, because not everything went as planned, which you will see soon enough. So what I've planned was a 3-day mini marathon of biking, which started by taking a train to Gdańsk, which is more than 300 kilometers away. Right now I'm in Gdańsk and I'll be taking a ferry to Hell, which from I will begin my bicycle tour. Starting this trip I wanted to make something like a vlog and record what I could and maybe give you a little sightseeing tour, but that second part kind of failed because of the time constraints, but there still are some shots of notable things in some cities I went through, like this bridge in Gdańsk and the ferry ride. This is the shit that's going to take me to Hell, apparently. What a beast. The ferry ride was a bit underwhelming, mostly because of the noise. The ferry was quite loud, but the Gdańsk shipyard was a view that immediately reminded me of Half-Life 2 and its abandoned structures. Getting out of the city took a while, but eventually we reached the open waters. Well, that wasn't in the long-term forecast, and it seems that the storm is exactly where I need to be this afternoon, so... After about an hour and a half of sailing, I arrived at the first town on my biking map.
Welcome to Hell.
Nah, it's just an ordinary seaside town. So, actually this is where my trip begins, because I brought my bike with me. And I'm going to make a trip outside the shoreline of the Hell Peninsula. And today I'm doing the distance from Hell to Władysławowo, but there's a storm right there and that wasn't in the long-term forecast, so I don't know if I'm not going to catch rain during my trip, but hey. So this is my bike. This is like a really cheap one I bought like on an equivalent of Craigslist, I guess. It costs like 20 euros or whatever. But it's doing pretty nice and I'm happy with it, and I hope that it won't fail me today and tomorrow and the day after. So let's go. So what's there is to see in Hell? Well, I don't know. I'm here for the first time, but I know that there's like a lighthouse nearby, so I'm going to try to find it and show it to you. This is what I was talking about. I wanted to look for things to show you if you'd ever had the opportunity to be here, but I arrived at hell pretty late and had very little time to roam around, so I don't really know where the lighthouse is, actually. But this is the Hell's Beach, which I'm just briefly visiting, and I'm actually going back now and hit the road because it's starting raining and I'm really not liking it very much, to be honest. Okay, here we go. I got out of hell, no pun intended, and I'm actually officially calling shenanigans because the long-term weather forecast was saying to me that there will be sun and about 25 degrees Celsius and absolutely no rain. And guess what? I was in hell and there was rain and I'm wet. I'm soaking right now. But I actually started riding towards Władysławowo, and the next town is Jastarnia, I guess. I might be mistaken, but it may be Jastarnia, so I'll see you there. So the next town is Jurata, and Jastarnia will be the next one, I guess. So I'm actually planning to make a pit stop here and grab a quick coffee maybe, and then I'm going to go further. So according to plan, I should be at Władysławowo in about an hour and a half. But given that I'm like a third of the way right now, then I don't know if it will be possible. But we'll see. Here's for that. The problem with all those seaside towns is that they're all actually kind of the same and has the same stuff, and you know, are the same way crowded. So there's like not really a thing like us. It's not really a specific town that you should pick if you would be here. They're all the same. Eating your out. The Hell Peninsula bike road was for the most part underwhelming, which was mostly riding through towns on a sidewalk, but overall not that bad in comparison to later events. We'll get to that. The weather also was not kind, as you can see, and it was like that for several kilometers, until... Well guys, this is what I was hoping for all along. You know, riding a bike and just seeing the sea right beside me when I'm biking all the way up to the finish line. That's probably not likely to happen, but it's nice while it lasts. I'm at Kuźnica now, and I just made a quick pit stop for a breather and to drink some water. and I need to find a shop so I can stock up on more water. But look how peaceful it is. I actually can't really believe that there are virtually no people aside from our little group to my right, but like there's no one else. The whole beach just for yourself. That's great actually, and the sea is really calm. It's very nice. We're at Halupe. Oh god. We're at Halupe right now, and this town is famous for two things. One is the thing that you see, the windsurfing, kitesurfing. It's very popular here, and it's because it's really windy here, because it's a peninsula. So there's a lot of wind here. But the second thing that this town is famous from is the nudist beaches, which I don't know if still exist, but one of the most prominent songs in Polish history was written by one Zbigniew Wodecki, and he sang about this beautiful town. That said, I'm a little behind schedule because right now it's 6 p.m. and I was supposed to be at Władysławowo at this point, and I'm not really. So now I'm just like the last stretch, and getting here was a bit uphill, so my legs are kind of screaming at me. But I hope it'll be okay. Fingers crossed. This is it, guys. The last stop for today. Okay, so the first day came to an end. I'm at Władysławowo on the beach, and it was I think I have overestimated myself, because that was like 40 kilometers that I have done today, and the last 5 was really tough. And given that tomorrow I will have to do at least 50, I'm a bit afraid. But we will see what will happen tomorrow. Fingers crossed, it will be just better. So that's it for day 1, and see you tomorrow. Hi guys, it's day 2, and I woke up a while ago, and I've already did my stretching and drank a coffee, and I'm going to hit the road in a few minutes, and I think I'm going to go straight to biking and just eat something in the nearest town. And today I have like a 50-kilometer route, I guess, so this is going to be tough. But I hope it will go as planned actually. The weather is nice, and although it is forecasted to be raining, it should be after I arrive at my destination today, so fingers crossed. And right after this I began my second day of cycling. Okay, so right from the get-go is uphill, so not very good start. On this 5-kilometer section there was a 41-meter elevation according to Google Maps, so it's a good thing that I passed this part at the beginning of the day when I was still rested enough. Fortunately, there was a bit of a downhill section later, so it wasn't that bad. We're in Roselia right now, and there is a lighthouse here, but of course it's crowded, so I'm not gonna go there. So just gonna trek along. We're exiting Roselia and entering Jastrzębia Góra, which translates to Hawk's Mountain, I guess. I don't know why though, there are no mountains here. Going through Jastrzębia Góra, I made a quick stop for a nice view of the sea from a hill. That also explains the town's name, because... Now I know actually why this town was called Hawk's Mountain. Because it's on a mountain. The entire city is on a mountain. Yeah. Okay, so I don't really know where I should go now, because the sea is that way. But signs tell me that the bike path is that way. And I don't really know. So I went forward in hopes that I will find my way eventually. I found the road. And it's bullshit. This is like just like dirt road, and I think I'm sticking with the asphalt road, I guess, for the time being at least. Oh, if I only knew what's coming up. So we're at Karvia right now, and this is the place where I will make a pit stop and grab something to eat and maybe a cup of coffee, and from there we will go straight to Web, I guess. And apparently there is another bike road there, maybe, because I saw some bikes, so I will check this out later. But for now, let's go grab something to eat. This toasted baguette was so good. So I'm out of Karvia, but this is not what I expected. Not the road that I expected, actually. Yeah, it's kind of rocky and not really pleasant, especially for my butt. So I hope this will change in a second, because if I'm going to trek alongside this kind of road for the remainder of the route, then it's going to be bad. Oh, you have no idea. I'm at the place called Dębki, and here's the river Piaśnica, which ends here and goes into the sea. The good news is we're about halfway there. The bad news is the road, which I was showing you before, is apparently the road that we're going. That it's going to be like that until the end, probably. So it's gonna be rough, but I guess I knew what I was getting into. This is how long I have till my destination, which is 42 kilometers. 42? And it's mostly through this wood road, I guess. I'm kind of bummed out because I thought it's going to be mostly, or not, if not mostly, then at least a bit a road by the sea. But hey, can't actually always get what you want. I really should have bit my tongue if I knew. You'll see. Now I'm in a town called Białogóra, which translates to White Mountain, which is also odd because there are no mountains here, to my knowledge. Or maybe this is a mountain again. And I'm having a coffee that I wasn't able to get before. The road looks somewhat like this now. It's a bit worse since there are some patches of sand along the way, and as you might know, sand and bicycles are actually not really getting along, and I'm just hoping I'm not lost right now at this point, because there are no signs that would tell me that I'm on the bike road right now, but I have the sea at my right, so I guess there is no other way to go. I'm arriving at BIKE-ATION right now, which I think is the last stop before November, but I may be mistaken about that, but we'll see. I'm going to rest a bit here, and then hit the road and hopefully reach the final in the next town. As it turned out, I did get a bit lost. Namely, I took a wrong turn at one of the crossroads, but that led me to a nearby place that otherwise I wouldn't even know that was there, which is... Guys, I'm at the site of nuclear power plant in Poland that is going to be built here. I didn't even know that. That's cool. There are some discussions about the necessity of building a power plant in Poland, a nuclear power plant, because you know the Chernobyl thing and then the Fukushima thing made people kind of paranoid, but still they said that nuclear power plants are the safest and cheapest power plants there are. And given that the energy prices right now are through the friggin' roof and we have to rely on gas or whatever, this, in my opinion, this might be a better solution. We'll see, I guess. So I'm still in the middle of the woods. I'm reaching the town of Ostetnik, or Stilo, as it's called, in a short while. But I wanted to share something with you. The road that I was taking this whole time was called Euro Velo or something like this, and it sucks. Okay. This is how it looks on the pictures on the site. Yeah, and this is how it looks now. Like it's just like black dirt road, sandy black road, and forest. And you know what? It's getting kind of dull. Oh my god, stop whining already! That said, when I reach Ostetnik, I will change the route, I think. And I'm going to go nearer, I think it's going to be nearer the sea. I don't know, because frick, I'm here the first time and I'm just hoping that I'm not going to be lost. But still, I'm kind of sick and tired of this road. It's like, I don't want to be like a negative Nancy, you know, but this is not what I was expecting, I think. I don't know what was I expecting actually, but you know, but at least something more than just, you know, a dirt road. So I've made a detour and this is what happened. Guys, I have a confession to make. You know that route I was talking about earlier? Yeah, I took it and it turned out to be more, you know, forest route and even more foresty and less rooty than before. I mean, aside from all those routes. So yeah, I kind of have to take back what I was talking about earlier about that route, and I'm kind of wondering if I took that route, then if I'd be in that place, in the final place already. But for now, I just have to power through. But it got worse. Way worse. I had to get off my bike for a while because my butt is killing me. I cannot feel my balls, nor my penis. And this is hell. This road is a literal hell. And I think it was like earlier it was like a official like bike road, because once in a while there are those markings on the trees, but you really have to be like a off-road aficionado to want to go here willingly. I'm not happy. That's what I want to say. Because I thought that, oh, this is the marking. So I thought I'm going to be, you know, in Weba by now, eating stuff and, you know, talking to my friends. But instead, I'm in this fucking middle of nowhere. Just because I was stupid enough to not stick to the signs. So here's a lesson. If any of you would come up with the idea of, you know, veering from the set path, I'm not talking about, you know, taking risks or something. No, just you know, just going somewhere. But hey, let's maybe check if there is a, you know, a better way, like someplace else. Just don't. Just stick to the frigging signs and you'll be there eventually. It may take longer, it may not take longer, but at least you wouldn't have to deal with this shit.
One eternity later.
Guys, I finally made it out. After what feels to be like friggin' eternity. That means that I'll be entering Weba just about now. Oh my god, guys, I'm so friggin' exhausted. And to add salt to injury, rain. I met my friends shortly after, had dinner, talked a bit, and went to sleep. End of day 2. It was very windy when I recorded this, so here's what I said. I was planning to ride back to Sopot on this day, which was supposed to be about 90-kilometer ride, but after my yesterday's mishap with the off-road forest route, I decided to call it off at this point and enjoy the rest of what's left of my vacation, which was this day and the day after, although it was mostly train rides and doing nothing. So later that day I'll be taking the train to Sopot and hang out a bit there, sleep over in a hostel and go back home the next day. But I want to talk a bit about why I even did this. You see, I decided to do this mostly because of a streamer and YouTuber called CDogVA and his Cyclethon. For those of you who don't know, it's a charity initiative that he does once a year, and the profit goes to the Immune Deficiency Foundation, which helps people with this rarely diagnosed illness. Notably, another streamer, Iron Mouse, is suffering this illness. Connor's Cyclethon inspired me to test my limits and try to cycle at least some distance. Minuscule in comparison, but still. When I was planning this trip, I was pretty confident that I can make it, but the reality kicked in and it wasn't as easy as I thought, but I don't regret trying. I'm glad that I did it and feel kinda proud of myself nevertheless, even though I left out the last leg of the trip. I'm especially proud of my bike, which is the MVP of this whole endeavor, because it survived everything I was putting it against. I didn't record certain parts of the detour out of frustration, but instead of finding a bike road, I came across a horse trail, which is mostly sand, so you can imagine what it was like. Also, the forest I was riding through was swampy at times, and at one point I was kinda scared that I might be attacked by some wild animal or something. It was that kind of a forest. But hey, you live and you learn, and this one is at least one more thing off of my bucket list. That said, sometime in the afternoon I boarded the train and left my friends in Łeba. Trains might be my favorite form of long-distance transportation, provided that you're not sharing your compartment with some weirdos. Luckily there was none to speak of that time, so the ride was nice and peaceful, and by the evening I've arrived at Sopot. But okay guys, so a little update. I'm in Sopot right now, and this is like the third time I'm in this town, and every time it's more and more underwhelming, and it's not different this time. This is like the least fun that I had since I departed, and I actually have to spend the night here because there are no other trains that I can book my ticket to, and so I don't really have a choice, because if I had, I would really much like to just get out of here right now, but I can't. So yeah, this thing did not went as I planned. So, but then again, I didn't actually plan this very well, so I guess the joke's on me. Well, I think I'm just going to go back to the hotel and just sleep early and just wake up early and just power through and you know, get back to my city tomorrow, and which I'm actually happy for, because I'm a little homesick and I have an itch to work on something, because I miss working right now and I want to work on something like bad. Like 3 days of vacation is apparently a bit too much for me. So yeah, see you tomorrow, I guess. The night at the hostel wasn't very pleasant. There was a lot of people hanging around and I couldn't sleep for a while. I woke up at about 6 a.m. and my train was to arrive at 2 p.m, so there was a whole lot of nothing to do for 8 hours. And I was bored beyond belief. At this point I was too exhausted to go and look for attractions, though there are not that many in the city, not at this time of day anyway. So I stuck mostly in the vicinity of the station, and when the time came, boarded the train and went back home. Like I said, I was eager to get back to work at this point, so doing nothing for such a long time was like a torture. And all of those planned projects that I wanted to do after getting back were the only thing I could think of. But luckily, after a 2.5 hour ride, Tadaima.